told you today, 4 in 10 people suffer from stage fright, which can contribute to people who want to do theater but can't do it. It can also affect the workplace environment, whether you are going to prepare for an interview or you're going to need to present information to your peers. So today it's my hope to bring down that number in this area right here. So I'm going to tell you how to do an audition in 3 steps. All you got to do is find your materials, practice your materials, and present your materials. Sound easy, right? All right. So step number 1. So find your materials. For a play, you need to have a 1-minute monologue, and then for a musical, you need to have a 1-minute monologue and a 1-minute song. Both of these things should come from a play or a musical, and it cannot be from the same production as the show that you're performing from. So, what type should you find? So there are 2 different kinds of categories for a monologue and a play. So there is the contemporary kind of monologue, where it is from around 1940s, 45 till today. And obviously contemporary is before that. Personally, I consider Shakespeare to be a different subcategory of classical, because you would only typically use a Shakespearean monologue for a Shakespearean show. Okay, so now when you're also looking for a monologue, you got to consider the age, gender, and type of role that you want. So let's say you want to be a 90-year-old woman. You wouldn't pick a monologue from a 16-year-old boy, because those 2 things are just very different. And it will be very difficult for the panel to see you as a different kind of a 90-year-old woman. So now we're going to move on to step 2, which is memorizing. For a visual learner, they tend to highlight each sentence in a different color, so that way they know what order that the lines are going to go in. For an auditory listener like me, I tend to record my monologues, and I play it back enough times so that I can recite it along with it. And it also helps me to see if I mess up anywhere. And for both of these things, you can also write down little margins to help you remember certain things. Alright, so now that you have this all memorized, you're going to practice it like you are presenting it. So, just remember to have like a good posture, and then this is going to sound a little weird, but you have to have a exaggerated face. So you need to like have a different kind of face for every line that you're saying. And if you over-exaggerate, you'll exaggerate just enough when you're performing it, because you're not going to be focusing on your face when you're performing. And last thing, and maybe the most important thing, is to project. Projecting will make you sound more confident, feel more confident, and it will get the panel to want to pay attention to you more, because they can understand what you are saying. Okay, so finally, we are at the last step, which is presenting it. So before your audition, typically you're going to go through your audition in your head. So look over your materials, walk around a bit, and typically what I do is what I call the clenching method. So I take up all the bad energy and I squeeze it in, and then I release. And I swear it works. It's a little weird, but it does release the stress from your body. Alright, so when you get nervous, you tend to take shallower breaths, and it's very noticeable because you look like inhuman a bit. 5. Okay, so make sure you have a strong posture, straight back, so that way you can bring in a lot of air, and then you're able to project it more. Alright, so now the last part of the 3rd step is to smile. If you smile when you are presenting, people are going to see that you're nice, and they're going to want to listen to you, because people want to listen to nice people. Okay, so now that we're done with that, finally, remember when I said that there was 40% of people who suffer from stage fright? Well, I hope that this number got brought down today. It is my hope that you'll be able to take these tips to bring it both to theater and to the workplace. Don't let your mind get in the way of letting you do things that you really want to do and succeed. So go out and succeed.